Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the chat, if you are indeed here, because nobody's said anything yet. I don't blame them. Usually we're live about 3 hours earlier than this, but it's been a heck of a ride, this Christmas schedule. At least I got one person here with me. You might have heard some kind of movement in the background there. Hello?
Howdy.
Hey. 427 Arbach, everybody.
Yeah, that's me.
You sound so enthused. Yeah, let's go with English voices and subtitles. Like, why wouldn't I want to play the game in English? I never got that. Like, what's all the hate for English dubs? I want to be able to play a game in my native language. You realize...
Like, for shows, I can kind of understand, but for a game, it's like, just... I want to be able to hear this and understand it.
Well, even shows, I'm kind of iffy on watching, like, the Japanese version of anime. Like, one of the best bits of news I heard is that Adult Swim was getting JoJo's. Just because, I don't know, it just feels... there goes my PS4 here. Let me give it some breathing room. At least it doesn't sound like it's getting too bad down there. I don't know what it is with this system. Like, hang on a second. I've got something of canned air here. Let me put down my headphones for a second. I won't be able to hear you for just a moment. Hold on. There we go. I think that's the best I can possibly do for the thing. And it sounds like it just made it worse. I've also lost the nozzle that sprays the thing out, so we're just dealing with whatever we've got right now.
As you do. So, nice title screen.
Yes. Beautiful looking game. I think, first and foremost, though, we're going to go for some training. Because the weapons probably work a little differently than they do on the 3DS versions. Not to mention, this is the first time I'm actually playing a game like this with a real controller, so...
The joy of seeing Monster Hunter on a system that can actually handle Monster Hunter. Sorry, 3DS. Love you, but you're kind of lacking in the power department.
Okay, which weapon should I try out first? Okay, this is something I want to address here. The first thing you ask, like a common question Monster Hunter fans get is, what's the best weapon in the game? And without fail, every single person who plays this series will tell you, there is no best weapon. Bullshit! Numerically, functionally, there are much better weapons than others. Yes, a big part of it is being able to have fun with it, but let's not kid ourselves here. You can crunch the numbers. You know, there are wikis devoted to this. Don't you look me in the eye and lie to me.
I mean, whatever you're most comfortable using is always going to be what's most effective.
Let's try an old favorite from Monster Hunter 3, the Gun Lance. Let's give that a go for starters. So, okay. 1, 2, 3. And then you fire.
Oh god, that's so smooth.
Mm-hmm. It looks fantastic, doesn't it? How do I reload this thing? Here we go. Okay. So it's actually keeping track of my inputs here. So, 2 and 3. Huh. So that bar I've got up in the top there. Looks like I've only got 3 of those shots, unfortunately. You're super slow with this weapon, but I can just... It's also a full-sized shield, so I can take just about any hit from any monster, like holding this thing up. I can just kind of sneak myself along and then boink. Boink. It's my favorite move in Monster Hunter 3. I got through so many battles like that. I'm not even kidding. It's cheap, but it works.
I mean, myself, I prefer the regular lance just because you've got so much more mobility, but you get a gun lance up close, that thing is devastating.
And because you've got that heavy shield, you can afford to get right up next to people.
Oh yeah, I mean, but lances are effectively like practically grappling weapons.
All right, here's my question.
Barrel physics.
Let's see here. What's the Wyvern Fire button? There we go. I figured it out. Bye-bye, barrel. Hey, buddy, what you find there? Oh, he's replacing the barrel so I can blow up another one.
Oh, it just looks sick.
Doesn't it?
It's like it's emerged from being several generations behind and is suddenly now in the modern era.
Yeah,
almost like it was on a handheld.
This is what we felt like when we were jumping from the PS2 to the PS3 initially. Or, like, this is what it looked like when we moved from something like the Super Nintendo to the N64. It feels like that, like we're actually joining the modern generation finally.
Uh-huh.
I should have tried some of the other weapons there. Because who knows, maybe I'll find something a little better. Whoops, that was a slight brain fart on my part. Sorry, everybody. What's your favorite weapon? I'll give that one a spin next. What do you want to see, man?
I've always been strong and steady with the standard lance.
Okay. Now
Although I do dabble in hammer and greatsword a bit.
Big heavy weapons.
Yeah. Charge Blade 2, that's fun, but you have to remember combos for that thing, and it's just,
Hang on a minute. Oh, that's a Kinsect weapon. I didn't realize what that was at first right there. I should have known from the icon, but I was looking at the model on the side there. Bows. What was your go-to?
Lance.
Lance. There we go.
Blue's here.
Hey, Blue. Sup, man? How are you doing tonight? Welcome to the chat. You are officially the early crew right now. Nobody was earlier than Arbok, though. Although you kind of cheated. You were in the call from the beginning.
Yeah.
The slinger actually does damage. Like, you not only use it to mark monsters and whatnot, but... No, actually, marking isn't a thing. You don't need to use paintballs anymore. You've got the insects for that purpose.
And it replaces your replaces your paintball, which never did damage, with something that does damage.
Every little bit counts, right? So, okay. Yeah. Anytime in this thrusting combo, I can just jump back. That's a neat little maneuvering tool. What's my guard looking like? Am I still kind of slow? Yeah, I can't, like, go straight from an attack. I at least get some mobility out of this. Yeah, like, if I have to...
I think it used to be you had a guard advance that could go straight into attacks.
Yeah. There is a guard dash. Like, that's what it's telling me down there. Closing attacks while guarding. You've got that move right there. You can lunge forward and do a thrust and follow it up with more. Or an endless thrusting combo. Hang on. Okay. Alright. So... There's my dash attack. Look at him go! Fly on, you crazy diamond. Now... I can't seem to get this to work. Cancel thrust. Mid thrust. Or maybe I've got the timing wrong, or... that's interesting. I've been doing alright, actually. I feel like I always say that, but I've kind of made it a point these days to play nothing but games that I'm looking forward to. Games that I think I'm actually going to enjoy. And it's hard not to be enjoying life when your hobby is being really freaking good to you, you know?
Yeah. If this game uses hunter art or hunter arts and styles or
Oh,
not.
no. It took out the styles, which sucks, because I loved Bushido style, or Adept style as it was known in America.
And like aerial lance was my freaking jam. Like that's gonna be hard to get used to not having again.
I mean, I keep saying this. I just loved dodging into attacks like I was playing Devil May Cry or Bayonetta.
Yeah. I mean, you can still kind of do that. Normally, I mean, it's just called evasion +2.
Let's see here. Let's see. A little bit of hammer, I think. They made a video for every single weapon in this game. Every weapon also apparently has its own unique little mechanics to work with. Also, one other thing. Look at what I'm doing right there. Did you see that? Like, watch this. See how it's asking me to pick something up? I just grabbed that thing on the fly.
Oh, so you can, like, grab things while moving now.
Yeah? You don't have to stop for it. It's the best. Like, we were saying that...
That's amazing.
Yes, we were...
I never knew I needed this in my life.
You brought up the idea that Monster Hunter's kind of moving into the next generation in a lot of ways. Like, the game is just... A lot of the small things they introduce, the game is just way less of a pain in the ass now.
Yeah. It's like, you know... I'm not saying I ever really disliked the game, but sometimes it could get a little bit, exhausting to play, especially when you're on your own. That would smooth things up a lot and make single player a lot more bearable. Sometimes it's just the little things.
Mm-hmm.
Also damage numbers.
Yeah. Telling you exactly how effective you are based on where you're hitting the monster. Takes a lot of the guesswork out of the game, sure, but, that's valuable information.
Yeah. It's like, I'm not sure how I feel about that, but based on the fact that the monster still doesn't have a visible health bar, I think I'm still okay with that. Because, it used to be the whole, instinct thing. You had to get a feel for everything.
Yeah, they're not going to tell you everything.
Yeah.
Unless you got the right
But
equipment.
it's just nice to have that little bit, and also, I'm a fan of big numbers.
Well, hello.
Yeah, I just can't wait to see, massive, massive numbers coming up from level 3 charges with the great sword.
I don't think this bug cares about the rocks I'm throwing at it. Nope, not at all. Well, how do I get him down there? Oh, I see. Oh, that's how that works. Now I gotcha. So how do I use that more often? Which button is that? That's my weapon. That's my movement. That's shooting rocks. I guess I can only grapple to places they tell me I can? Curiouser and curiouser. I kind of want to explore now that I'm done playing around with weapons here. Like, see if there are any little details in this training area before we get straight into an actual hunt. And get used to everything that my character can do. Wait, I found another one. Thought you could hide from me, eh? Oh, and that's just like a quick way back up here if you want. Nice. Any more? Any other secrets you're hiding from me? And everyone else here? I love how graceful your hunter always is in every single game. Like, I want to show off that animation again.
Yeah, it's something that's procedurally, improved from game to game. Like Unite, it was kind of clunky, and then, try everything got a little bit smoother. Then, try Ultimate, smoother. Then, 4 just changed the game. Yeah, you can climb at less than a snail's pace now.
Hmm.
And since then, it's kind of just been improving massively with each game.
Goes straight through. It looks like it does a second hit, though. Maybe I'm missing some numbers here on the level 3 charge. 2, 3, 1, 2. No, it's just the 59, I think. Unless the 2 hits are so quick, like next to each other, that the 59s just stack up there. I don't really notice them.
I think it's more that, I think the way that works is if it strikes a, that there's a, like, sub-priority in that attack, where if at any point it, strikes the head, that's what it's going to do damage to, so it can do the KO. But at least I think that's how it works. I seem to remember Hammer having some weirdness like that.
So here we go. Now, I know how the longsword works. You can, like, level it up in the middle of combat. I think it's that move, the Spirit Thrust? No.
It's the Spirit Round Slash, I believe.
Yeah,
Or
how do I do
straight
that
up
one? Okay, so we can just combo that together. And then it goes up to white, and then yellow, and then orange. And then you've basically just got super attack mode for a little while.
Yeah, it's... The longsword, they workshopped for a while, because, in Unite, in Unite, you just got the gauge full, and then you got a massive attack bonus, and it was kind of overpowered. More than a little bit, actually. Then there was Try, when they, added in stages in the round slash, and, the Spirit Round Slash was one of the most annoying things, because get in a group of longswords fighting a great Jaggy, be the one without a longsword, trip.
I mean, hey, at least it didn't knock you down or anything like that.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't send you flying like the switch axe would, but yeah.
Or the hammer.
Yeah, hammer.
Although
I mean,
people
least,
got really clever with that, like launching their teammates. That was before when you could actually mount monsters.
Then 4 came around, and now you can change direction in the air and attack. This thing that was once really annoying can actually help you. Dual swords.
Yeah, a lot of damage really quickly.
Yeah.
But absolutely no guarding. Like, this is just the... Okay, so...
So it goes through sharpness like nobody's business.
That's the other problem. It also goes through your stamina like nobody's business.
Yeah. That's why I usually, don't build for dual swords until I'm at least, late low rank.
At least it's really easy to move around. If you know what you're doing,
yeah.
like, you can dodge attacks while still dealing damage.
Yeah.
Basically equate
I
a
mean,
long
dual sword
to
and
a...
kind of great sword both are kind of weapons that I just like to have a good set together if I'm going to use them.
Sets, equipment. I want this game already. Like, unintentionally, you just reminded me that this is still a demo, and I'm not going to be able to do things like build up resources and whatnot. Like, I can't get into the real nitty-gritty of what makes Monster Hunter great. Like, this is just basically you get to test the combat and get a feel for it. You don't get to do any of the great stuff, which is, like, fashion hunting and all that.
Blue wants you to try the insect glaive.
Sure. That was actually my favorite weapon in Monster Hunter 4. So, I went through the whole game with that thing.
Yeah, the insect glaive was fun. Yeah, the upgrading was a little bit, you know, it's like, do I want to deal with this? Maybe not.
Okay. Come back. Or, wait a second, what's the button for this? Come back. Come back! Same button? Yeah,
you
okay.
just said that. Wait a second, can you light bombs now?
Wait a minute. Yeah, look at that. How about that? Your Kinset can actually light bombs. That's kind of neat.
That's sweet.
So there... Oh, wait a second. Maybe it's because of my element. I don't know. Where's my other one? I've got red and blue, but now I need yellow. What gives me yellow in here?
Like you...
That one. That one gives me yellow. Now we're good. Got all of my different stat boosts. That's the really tricky part about this weapon, is building up your full meter. Like, all 3 status bonuses.
Yeah.
Ooh, actually, there are new combos now. So, if I have red essence, it actually gives me whole new moves. Which I guess makes sense, because that's the... red extract. Which makes sense, because that's the attack boost. Yeah. And it's also the one you get most often, because that's like monster weapons.
This is a much more effective, combo tutorial than just, here's a list of combos, look stuff up.
Try it out yourself. We're not going to hold your hand or anything. I'm so glad fighting games learned that lesson. You know, like, people are actually praising some of these for being like, hey, it actually teaches you how to play the game. How about that?
Like, on one hand, I do appreciate, not having my handheld build more than, I need to, but, actually having a good place to practice and, actually understand how stuff works, I don't think is necessarily a hand-holding. I think that's just presenting what you need to know.
So let's see here. The Tornado Slash. I want to know if this is worth it to do as opposed to a normal combo. Because those are some pretty strong hits, I'm not going to lie. 4, 5...
I mean, I think everything's usually worth it situationally.
Yeah, it does way more damage in a smaller amount of time, is why you'd want to do the Tornado Slash. That's... Like, you can still do that much with your normal combo, it just takes longer. Sup, Swirl? Welcome to the chat. How are you doing tonight? I mean, we've got 2 here. It's 48 less than 50, but... Also, I think they may or may not be helping me with this tutorial. Like this one, at the very least, it just keeps setting up barrels for me to knock down. Can I pick this up, now that I think about it? Or do I just throw rocks at it? Yep, you can also light barrels with your slingshot, too, if you like.
Now, I'm assuming that counts as a small barrel bomb?
Yes.
Which is
large
kind of
barrel
odd
bombs are
because-
almost as big as the hunters. Why am I
Yeah.
telling you this?
Well-
You've obviously played these games before.
And then a large barrel bomb. What is it? A large barrel bomb plus is just bigger, outright.
Whoa, what is that up there? How did I...
Oh,
What did I do? How did I activate that? Hold on a
what are
minute.
those?
Yeah, those weren't there before. I think that might have been something I did. I'm not sure. Hang on a minute. What if I hold...
Those that.
Yeah, because
is that
he
your-
went up there, and then those appeared. I think that might have been something with me. It's your kinsect marker. What? What? I don't know how I did that. Wait a second. Aim marker. Kinsect marker. Oh! Hang on a minute. Mark target. Well, hang on. Let me try that.
Hopefully, that's a little bit more fluid than the old system for doing that because it was so useless. I never used it.
Yeah, I forgot that move even existed, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
I'm thinking, I'm liking this again. I'm not gonna lie. I might go back to the Kinsect Blade. Just stick with what I know. Then again, I've always been curious about the guns.
Oh, the bow guns. Speaking of things that you need a set for
Yeah.
and people to play with.
That's the thing. Like you
But,
want to
yeah.
go, on a ranged
Oh wait, did
weapons.
they bring back medium guns? What?
Maybe.
Or are those just two heavies? What?
Okay. So it doesn't exactly tell me what the weapons are called. I don't think. Okay, that's a bow. This is... I don't think it tells me what type it is. Special ammo. It just tells me the,
So the first one was a light bow gun. The one you're on right now, I don't see anything.
Yeah.
It says heavy in the description, but
Wait a second.
why would they give you two heavy bow guns? That doesn't make sense.
Maybe because... Hang on. Let me actually look through the stats here. Custom mods. A shield. That might be one reason. Looking through the ammo types you can use here. Let's see here. Maybe because... Maybe because one is modded a little differently. The only big thing I can see is
Maybe,
the
but-
extra shield on it. So it might be a different play style, like a little heavier. And oh, hey, got an update for that other game that we played. Charge Blade is another one that I wish I liked more than I did, because I love the idea of a weapon that levels up, that gets stronger the more you fight.
Yeah. Charge Blade is really fun, but you've really got to get a feel for it. And it's, there's so much potential that you won't be able to tap into if you don't get some of the combos and moves down.
Wait a minute. I have a what? Excuse you? Hold on, game. I have a what? A capture net? So instead of my slingshot, now I get a net to like throw over small monsters? Is that what makes this thing different?
Maybe? So, does the other one not have a net?
Let me try this. No, it's got the net too. Like, maybe that's just a heavy bowgun thing. They just get that. Okay.
Huh. Or bowguns in general, it looks like.
Hang on a minute. Okay, so it's a different... Fire.
Oh, I wonder if maybe that would be used for
Wyvern
insects?
Wyvern Blast. Hang on. Oh, so I can, like... I can set down trap... The gunners actually have tools now. I'm so excited about this, I'm choking myself.
Cool.
So if something tries to chase after you, you've got something to help you get away.
And plus, you know, it improves the strategic element, just in general.
Why did this take so long to figure out?
I don't know! How did nobody ever think of this? I didn't know I needed that!
That's
So
pretty
many
awesome.
good ideas.
That's pretty freaking awesome, I'm not gonna lie. Which makes me wonder, this thing has special ammo called Wyvern Heart. So, yeah, we expected this. Every gun's got a certain range. Yeah, that's why I wasn't doing as much damage before. Takes a lot. Now, let's talk about this.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, it's a heavy bowgun in the old sense, too.
Wait till the stream catches up for this, man.
Oh, I want it.
Yep.
I want it.
Oh, damn.
It's everything I love about the heavy bowguns from Unite, where you just, like, load it once and shoot for the rest of the week.
I don't know which thing I want now, whether I want to... Because here's the thing, you need to play with other people if you want to play a ranged weapon. Like, you need somebody else to distract the monster. So online, I might play around with the ranged weapons, but single player, I might still go with the Kinsect Blade.
Yeah. Like, guns are fun, but, you know, you kind of need... it's hard to main one without, you know, people to play with.
Oh, wait a second, maybe... we had this wrong. It's got 2 light bow guns instead of 2 heavy ones. It's only got the one heavy gun, so... What does this do? Okay,
no, they're both heavy bowgun emblems, so... Unless the bone shooter's a medium bowgun, in which case I'm sorely mistaken.
Bone shooter has special ammo Wyvern Snipe. Or Wyvern Snipe, however you pronounce it. No, this thing folds out like a heavy gun too. So yeah, this is a heavy gun. Handles the exact same way. So let's load the special ammo. Aha! I get it now. Yeah, that's starting to make sense. So this is a much more long-ranged weapon. I mean, we could guess from the name, but...
That does pretty decent damage, too.
Yeah? Takes a while to charge up, but hey, can't use it all the time. Plus, you know, almost no range on that. You don't even have to be near the fight to help out. Yeah, I think... Again, Spiked Horn is one, you may as well not even touch that in single player. Although, that seems to be one of the only... No, actually. The Evergreen Blade has also got some poison, has got a status effect attached to it.
Horns can actually be pretty freaking dangerous. I mean, they do still cap out lower than their than, you know, other melee weapons will in terms of damage dealt, but...
No, I know. It's just there's nobody there to take advantage of the boosts you can give. Like, you're missing out on half of what makes that game, half of what makes that weapon fun.
Yeah. But, I mean, you should have seen how they used to be, like, you know, Oh yeah, hunting horns in Unite were literally the most useless thing because it was barely functional as a weapon,
Hmm.
and the boosts that it gave were basically the same as the ones that it does now. So it was actually a detriment to the team to have one of those on it.
Hmm. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we morph. And now that I'm here... my entire purpose in life... What's that move that lets you spend all of the files on one big attack? Like all 5 of them from the Charge Blade into one huge move?
I think you've got to do some kind of maneuver with like your shield or so. Like you've got to pre-charge. You've got to like do something that dumps all of your files into your shield, gives you an attack boost, then recharge it, and then then go through with it. It's really complicated, and that's why I say you need to learn your combos for this weapon.
I wonder if there is a combo list that I've got here. Info... Hunter's Notes, maybe? Weapon controls. Charge Blade. Okay. Useful combos. More useful combos. Discharge 2. Amped element discharge. But that's still just the one, I wonder. You need to charge your shield first, right? Okay. So how do I charge the shield? I have to actually block an attack?
I think it's gonna be something with like a... It's got something to do with some combination of, I think, circle, triangle, and the block button at some point. I think blue's got, like, hit block when you're doing the elemental discharge, maybe.
Okay, let me try that. Okay. You're doing the elemental discharge. Okay. So, first and foremost, let's build it up. Gotta have 5 files before we do the 5-file move. Okay. And then... okay, elemental discharge. So, this... so, R2 during the elemental discharge, a combo like that, that's a morph slash. That's going back to the sword. I hate to quit here. I hate to be a quitter on you, but this is a little too complicated for me.
Yeah, like that's why I say, I love the charge blade, but it's too complicated.
This was an open invitation, right?
Hi, Coops.
Hey.
I might as well.
Hey, Coops.
3's a good number of people, as long as we don't have any other surprises. When you're about to do the big one, Blue says. Okay. Again, that's a little much. Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, I will completely forget to do all of that in the middle of a monster fight.
Like, the only reason I vaguely know is because, I've used Charge Blade enough to, like, okay, how do I do this? How do I do this? Figure it out in the middle of a fight. And even then, I should remember that, but I don't.
So how many people we got in the stream right now?
That's a good question. I can't actually check that from the phone app. You'd think I would be able to. How about... it's between you and you. Ponytail or long flowing hair, which don't you think that would get in the way during a battle? I mean, that's me just questioning video game logic, but...
yeah.
That's just me asking, because my, if we have enough people here, I might do some giveaways.
Oh. A humble bundle been kind to you, or? Yeah, okay.
Well, I just got my, my Christmas bonus, and it's about $400.
So...
so...
sure. I'll go with Sarah. I tend to name all of my female characters that. There's a story behind that, but... Oh, hey, we actually get to customize our Palico, too. I love this one. When you see him, you'll understand why. I mean, the ears are rounded, so it's not entirely a Palico, but...
It's adorable.
He looks like that ancient... He looks like he's an ancient Chinese master trying to teach me how to hunt monsters. And that's just something that's been sort of a tradition in the series. Like, the minion creature, when they have a personality and a history, always thinks they're better than you.
Yeah. Good old Cha-Cha.
If anyone can check how many we got, I would like to check. I would like to see how many first.
Okay.
It looks like just Blue and Swirl have been talking, and says that Quez is in here.
The dash, well... Aw, man, I was lurking. Nobody knew I was going to make a big entrance.
Alright, so everyone wants racing games, right?
Racing games?
Final say from the dashboard is 4 viewers right now. Not a bad number. It's about what we... That's what I used to poll anyway, but we've been hitting the 7 viewer mark even at the end of the stream surprisingly frequently.
So it's kind of a big deal.
What is the Palico's name? Since I named the human character, I'll let you guys do this one.
So no, I didn't mean to make a joke. I'm sorry.
What?
I didn't mean to hurt your feelings if I did.
I didn't even hear what you said.
I said, so I'm kind of a big deal. When you said the 7 viewers. I'm very tired. I'm sorry.
There we go. I think that's a good name for this character. Sorry, I said I was going to let you guys name it.
Let's see, is there anything going on sale on the Humble Bundle store? Because that Yogg's Quest bundle seems kind of lame.
Does it? That's a shame. They've sold a bunch of copies, so it can't be that bad.
Well, there's some good games in it, don't get me wrong.
What do we name this Palico here? I was going to name him Tyson for reasons, but...
Oh, no.
Okay. Well, if you don't want that, then... What are some of the cats? The cat I'm living with now is named Shinobi. The cat I used to live with was named Gracie. If nobody's got any ideas, I'll use one of those.
I have a game in my cart?
I have several ideas, but none of them are politically correct. And most of them are probably not going to be accepted by the game.
Alright, fair enough. I mean, it is rated T
You
for
could name
teen.
After,
Anybody who's not Nintendo tends to be pretty lax about that.
you could name it after, what? Oh, shit. What? The dog that H.P. Lovecraft had.
Wait, run that by me again?
Yeah, H.P. Lovecraft. He had a dog. You could name it after that.
Ooh. Hang on. Okay, so we got a list of choices here. We could hunt a great Jagress. We could hunt a Baroth. Or we could go after the unknown monster.
Jagress. Great Jagress.
Yeah. Not a Jaggy, get it right. We could also encounter Aptonoth, which that's a given, and Meranos, which I don't quite know what that is on this hunt. We're just getting used to the game anyway, so I might as well go for the small hunt first. Like, I'll master these guys in single player, and then we'll hop online. Like, that way I'll actually know what I'm doing before I before I bring down the people around me. I'm terrified about that kind of thing in these games. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm I always want to make sure... I always play through the entirety of the single player first before I even touch online because I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to
That's how it was with Try. Although, more recently I've been finding that, just playing the single player, you burn out a whole lot easier.
Sup,
That happened to me
Sonicu?
with-
Welcome to the chat, man. How's it going, dude? Burned out?
Yeah, it's like, yeah. It's mostly just because, grinding is so much easier when you just, kind of have people to talk to and can just do quests just to do them.
That's fair. Especially when they're people you know, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, on one hand, I guess maybe it's the cooperative element, but at least used to be you could just hop right in with just about anybody and have at least a 50% chance of getting a new addition to your friends list.
Yeah. Finding the cooler folks out there.
Yeah.
I wonder how far we'll actually get together when this game comes out, because a couple different people wanted to play this with me. I wanted to bring back the old...
Oh, I'm pretty excited. Like, I told you this is literally the reason why I'm buying a PS4 already.
Yeah, it's like, I want a PS4, but there's also the PC version, and my laptop is at least more powerful than a base PS4.
A second, where are my rations here?
Marginally, but still more powerful.
There we go.
Oh,
my stamina's already maxed out. That's kind of cool. Alright, so where is this thing? Oh, right, we've got to track it now. Oh, and guess what?
Oh, so it
no
sounds
transitions.
Like split of people are wanting the PC version, at least in the who's all in the Discord.
I mean, why not, right? Like,
yeah.
It's
honestly,
it's mods.
I'm just getting it because like six or seven of my friends are planning on getting that version, and I'd rather play with friends than randos.
Yeah, I know. And to be fair, if I had a machine that could actually run the PC version, I might get that one, because just think of the possibilities. Somebody could mod in Godzilla. Somebody Somebody could mod in the monsters from Pacific Rim.
I just want to play the PS4 version of friends because I like having friends.
It's
especially like something where you're all working together on a common goal. That's why I love Payday so much.
Yeah. Let's see what we got here. Flies kind of know the direction they're going in now. What's my run button?
It's a shame they don't have crossplay, because Monster Hunter can handle it. I mean, it's not like you have to deal with, mouse aim issues.
Oh, it's kind of like weird that Sony is the one that's not letting crossplay happen.
Yeah.
They pioneered it initially with the PS4, like War Thunder. You could crossplay that. I think you still can, and that was one of the first games that did it, to my knowledge.
Just a little tired. I know the feeling.
Are you okay though, Whatthefnu?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm better now. There's been a little blowback. A one deleted comment on the video. It's like, you should have made these in advance. Which, once I collected myself, my response was, you know what? You bring up a good point. Mind if I borrow your time machine so I can get right on that?
Hindsight is 20/20.
To be fair, at least the guy realized it, so he has a different comment up on there now. The much more appreciable hashtag get on with it.
That wanna.
I still maintain my statement though.
What?
That you do some of your best work when you're flying by the seat of your ass.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Come back here.
You're a crunch time again.
Oh, that's not the button I was looking for. Bleh. Where am I supposed to hit this guy? I think there we go. Okay. So, the tail. Yeah? That's what I'm looking for. No. The tail is healing. Right, because there are 4 types of extracts, so you can actually get more health by taking it directly out of the monster, which is weird and strange, but also kind of awesome. Well, doesn't look like I'm going to get all 3 bars out of this guy, so...
Yeah, smaller monsters, I remember, being really hard to get full charge with. Do you already break a claw?
I think so. It's a smaller monster. He's not going to be... What's up with my bug? Here you are. Hi, buddy. Need that attack essence. So I can do all the damage I want on this guy. He's getting staggered quite a bit. Like, I know he's a smaller monster, so he's not entirely supposed to be difficult, but at the same time... I mean, they did say it was beginner, so maybe that's part of it. Wow, yeah, he's going down a lot. But I think he's also angry, so maybe I should play it a little more carefully than I've been doing here. Maybe not so many tornado combos here. Oof. If I can get through my first battle in this game without taking a single bit of damage. Yup. As soon as you say it, that's hubris for you. Just when you think you're on top of this world, this game likes to prove you wrong.
You never say it. That's why you never say it.
Whenever that happens to you way too fucking often.
I told you, there's a reason I believe in karma.
Look, the monster's almost done for. Chances are it'll retreat to its nest.
Come back here. Hold up, don't you run away from me.
Is that a limp?
Yeah?
Oh, I'm sure.
They weren't kidding when they said this was beginner.
Yeah, it's a different perspective, because you and I have played these games for years now. Like, I know exactly what I'm doing when fighting this thing. I know what risks I am and am not supposed to take. I know, like, if I approach him from this angle, I'll generally be okay. So on and so forth. No, 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 no! I can't follow you in there.
I was watching a man almost die.
What's up? What's going on?
Hello?
I'm
I
here.
keep expecting the area to change, and then I realize it's open world now.
Yeah. Yeah, isn't it great?
Like it's... Where's he headed to, I wonder?
Oh, just to his den, where his buddies are.
Okay, yeah.
Too bad he was one hit from from death anyway. Hi guys, what's going on in here?
Actually does make things feel a lot more organic.
Yeah.
You know what he reminds me of? He reminds me more of the Royal Ludroth than he does of the Jaggy.
Yeah, it's the color scheme, isn't it?
The build.
Yeah. The main. Like, the way he's hunched over like that. At least he doesn't spit projectiles at you all over the place.
That's awesome.
A commendation pack. Completing Great Devourer, Great Jagras has earned you the Beginner Commendation Path, containing items focused on boosting your health. You can claim it in the retail version of the game. So playing this actually does have a point.
Hey!
I'm not going to pre-order a copy of the retail version from the store. I prefer a physical copy if I'm going to play it on PS4. I want to be able to sell this back when I'm done with it 3 years from now.
You're never done with it.
At a certain point you are. Like, you complete one weapon tree and you're like, Shit, do I really want to go through the trouble of doing this for every single piece of equipment?
I didn't try. And that was in middle school when I had, substantially more time to play a game, but still.
Let's actually mess around with my equipment here. Do I have different types of... What's the ability on these? Feathered helm? Or is that... Wait a second.
Oh, they let you choose your armor. They didn't done that in previous demos.
Wait a second. Uh-huh.
So you want to hear
I see.
one of the greatest bit of like a sub name magic?
Go ahead.
There's a character named Angrath. He's a new planeswalker. He is a minotaur who is also a pirate. You know what his full name is?
I know this is probably a pun, but it's not coming to me.
It's not a pod. It's Angrath Minotaur Pirate.
Well, to be fair, a lot of
name.
names, a lot of last names actually do have a meaning. Like names in other regions of the world, like if you break them down, and even here in America, hello, names like Smith and Ryder and, that kind of thing.
Oh, I just realized I should probably check on my laundry.
that would be slightly important.
Yeah, I'm gonna be right back.
Okay, see you in a sec, dude. Ice attack? Well, my weapon doesn't use ice, so that doesn't help me, I don't think. Reduce stun duration. That's a lot of extra defense, but not a whole lot of critical on that armor. What do the other ones do? I'm kind of curious now. I was just choosing my...
Sorry.
Or we've also got this
Hello?
set. I'm here. How you
Sorry,
doing?
my phone keeps glitching out.
Got it.
So I got tickets to a show.
Ooh, which show?
I'm going to see They Might Be Giants in Detroit.
Nice. I didn't realize those guys were still together and they were touring.
Oh yeah. You do a ticket too. We'll go.
No,
joking,
don't.
once.
I'm terrified of travel. And like as much
Never
as
mind,
as much as I want to
I do
be
want to
there.
talk to you. That does require traveling.
Okay.
After this.
Okay. So this is basically the... So the Jagras armor is basically if you plan on using a lot of items. That's the beginner's set. If you're not that good in the game, it's like it increases healing from items, lets you consume items faster. Which, by the way, that's another thing I'm so glad they improved. Is that you can actually drink potions on the run now. Fire resistance, that would help me if I was going off to fight a Rathalos or something. But for now, I kind of like the feathered set. And not just for the obvious reasons.
You know what I just realized? And this might be some really good advice for you, Whatthefnu. Just remember, the only thing toxic that you need in your life is Toxic by Britney Spears.
Well, that and the Toxic Avenger. It's a good movie. In a very kind of dumb, stupid, enjoyable way.
Oh, you don't have to explain the Toxic Avenger to me. I fucking love it.
I'm glad. Yeah, why was I not using one of these weapons before? Like, it's not sharp, but status effects, though. The idea that this guy can just... my little Palico can just, like, poison and paralyze enemies for me? That's nice. Forced helmet. The defense is all the same. Sure. Ooh, hang on a second.
Oh, this looks cute. That's porn. Okay.
Recover the hunter's health, stuns monsters, or provoke monsters. I mean, I like the idea of the healing, but one, they give me enough potions anyway. Two, I've got extra defense right now, and on top of that... Yeah, okay. I think that's good, now that we've customized everything. Like how they fixed Estus in Dark Souls by making it not as risky? Yeah. Hey, Coops, did you know? The soul of Monster Hunter is very dark.
I'm back now. Did I miss much?
Not much, just me making really shitty jokes towards game journalists.
You trying to convince Fanu to go to a There Might Be Giants concert with me?
Roaming around these parts.
Joking.
So let's get right to it. Open up your map.
So when I said check on my laundry, I didn't actually expect anything to be wrong with it, but I open up and somehow, oh, there's a big-ass hole in the back pocket of my blue jeans. Not sure where that came from.
I swear, like, every single washer and dryer is built with a gremlin. Sometimes it'll poke holes in your clothes, sometimes it'll steal a sock, and then put it back months later just to piss you off.
So, you know how the internet likes to rename animals sometimes?
Mm-hmm.
Like the American Murder Log.
Yep, that shit. I think my favorite one now is the new name for skunk, the fart squirrel.
That's a pretty good one.
I actually unironically use Trash Panda.
The Kelby look bigger.
Just a little bit. About the size of a real deer.
Also a bit more supple, too.
Or at least the deer that I've seen. I've never been to the country where they're like gigantic, like 6 feet tall. Well, I say country. It's in America. My dad offered more than once when I was younger to take me on hunting trips with him, because he'd go up to Michigan with his brother, and they do that kind of thing. But I've got way too much empathy for animals, so I couldn't bring myself to do it.
There are big rats down here. Like, they are so overpopulated that it's actually a problem.
Yeah,
see, that I can get behind, where if it's like hunting them is actually good for the environment, that I understand. It's something you still have to...
Because all the wolves are dead, so they don't really have, it's just coyotes that'd be preying on them, and they just don't have enough threats.
Yeah. You'd still have to convince me to do it for a little while instead of let other people handle it. But I understand why it needs to be done. In some cases.
Fanu.
Yes?
A porcupine is called a stab rabbit.
I would have thought it would be called Dark Spine Sonic.
Shut the hell up. Oh.
Actually, that brings up another question. What's the internet's name for a hedgehog?
Depends on which game you're playing.
3 years of DeviantArt.
Accurate statement.
God, remember that time Pink got death threats over making Sonic not the right color blue?
You told me about that.
That was
like
fun.
that was my first inclination. Like, that was years ago, and that was my first hint. Like, I had heard the stories about the fan base being kind of messed up, but that was the first time I understood it fully.
Like, the fucked up thing about it is, it wasn't like, oh, hey, an email like, oh, I'm gonna kill you, and then you're like, oh, internet, it was a fucking letter.
It was like really creepy stuff.
It was a letter in the mail.
Huh.
That's like, what the... Dude. Like, that's some Christian level of bullshit.
So how does Barioth work this time around? He still slings mud around,
Oh,
but
that's one thing that oh, it's a fond memory.
What?
Bad translation decisions. Let's have a game where there's a monster called a Baroth and a monster called the Barioth. That won't be confusing at all.
Okay.
Okay,
Here's
so
one. His name is Barry. He's Barry off.
let's see if I still know how this works. The tail is the green essence. That just straight gives you health restore. That's like half of a normal potion. I think it's like the monster's flank, or like its legs, or its butt. That's what gives you the final essence.
Actually, I think this might be the first time you can fight a Baroth with an insect glaive. Or could you do that he wasn't in Generations, was he?
No, I think he was. Maybe?
I haven't seen him yet, if he is.
Oh, that's the trade-off. You can drink them while running, but they take way longer to drink. Ah, now I understand. That's the new trade-off with potions. That's why they're not broken.
Speed Eater!
You know what I finally got around to watching?
What's up?
That's pretty good. I got around to watching Battle of the Gods for the first time. Dragon Ball Z movie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Pretty good.
See, theoretically, this should be nice and easy. Red essence should be the easiest one to obtain. There we go. It's all... got it all. And, of course, the instant I start attacking, I begin bouncing. You know, like you do.
Yeah, Baroth is a toughy boy.
It's my fault for aiming for his head.
Yeah,
Ugh.
you kind of need a ham. You need a hammy for that. Or a lance.
Yeah, that was the one
Lance
thing that
will
almost made me
sometimes
choose
do it.
That was the one thing that almost made me choose a blunt weapon back in the day. The idea that I'd be having less bounces, but also the idea of stunning monsters. Like, it made it way easier to break off parts, you know, unless you were going for a tail or something.
Yeah.
In fact, that's
like,
why...
Baroth is a monster that's practically straight up designed to be fought with a hammer. Too, so like it's...
nice and slow. It encourages you
Yeah.
to wear the heavy armor that even if you get inflicted with mud, you're not hurting too badly. Come on, I want to cut off that thing's tail. Although, I think it's angry now.
Okay, can someone explain to me what human fall flat is?
It's a puzzle game.
I have no idea. I've heard of it, and apparently some people think it's really good. Oh, jeez, I thought I almost fell off a cliff there.
Human Fall Flat is a puzzle game where you have some, like it's, half of the puzzle is wrestling physics.
Wrestling?
But-
I heard wrestling. Let me get...
If you ride a monster here, we'll try to capture it, says the Grim Alkine. This is another reason I liked the lance, because at any time you wanted, you could start riding monsters.
I'm probably gonna drop out here soon.
Okay.
Riding works a little bit different.
Yeah, there we go. Look at that, they're holding the monster down.
That's a new type of trap. What?
It was an environmental thing. Like, there's just these wild palicos here. They told me on the side of the screen, like, hey, if you try to ride this monster here, we'll set up a trap. Like, if you hold it down, we'll attempt to capture it for you.
Nice.
Oh boy. This thing's mad now. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Mad Baroth, also known as... I'm just gonna charge around the stage for the rest of this fight until I cooldown.
Living steamroller. Oh, give me that. That's the hard one, too. Almost. Yeah, look at that. Nowhere to aim. It makes it
Garth
nice
also
and
gives
easy.
you a lot of possible carves, because you can get the tail cut and the head break and carve both of them.
I also apparently broke a couple other parts on this guy, because I saw the, or maybe that was
The
just
mud
his
break?
armor. No.
Yeah,
Now he's got his armor.
yeah, the mud he can replenish.
Eh.
I was wondering where his bug was gonna be.
Here, apparently.
Yeah.
Aw, I almost took advantage of that paratoad there.
You know, there's a game that my friend wants to be made really badly.
Yeah, do tell.
It's related to Monster Hunter because he wants it to have like a Monster Hunter system. Is anyone here familiar with the anime Toriko?
Kind of, yes.
Now?
Oh, I think I know where this is going.
Yeah. Basically, it's just Monster Hunter, except you're getting a mushroom to...
Yeah, except you eat everything that you catch, instead of turn it into fancy gear.
Yep. He wants that, and then my response is, unfortunately, Toriko is not that popular.
Aw, that's a shame. It had one of the
It
best
really
theme
is. It's a great
songs.
series.
There is Battle Chef Brigade, but
Need to play that still.
Aw, get
that
out
looks
of the
amazing.
stuff.
You know what's really good, by the way?
What?
Which I hope you can get around to playing it now that you have a Switch. Golf Story.
Home Story, you said?
Golf Story.
Golf Story.
Yep. The golf-based RPG.
Huh. That's...
Golf.
that,
That
sounds,
sounds like-
wonderful.
Yes, that sounds like something I'd really be interested in, actually.
Oh,
It's
Any
like that-
concept that's that silly has
Yeah.
to be good. Like, just
My thought
Alright,
process
like-
exactly.
I hope if you don't give it an award, it'll be a definite pick for games that don't suck.
If I get around to the Game Awards this year, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, that is true.
Like, I'm giving myself a little bit of leeway to work with here, but...
is that a Lavasioth?
Alright, guys.
I think it might be. Oh, now they're fighting each other. Yep, I'm just gonna go up to this.
Oh right, monsters can fight each other now. They showed that in the trailer.
Where are my whetstones? While this is happening.
Oh, that's amazing. Also, what's a Lavasioth doing in the desert? Why is it not in a volcano?
Uh-oh. Ah! Hey,
Is
come
that
on,
like
man.
a subspecies or something? That's a cool mechanic, nonetheless. Yeah, that's definitely Lavasioth.
Thanks. Go forth, my minion, and conquer. Come back, come back, come back.
Oh,
Oh, no, you don't. I'm not... Uh-oh.
that's an interesting thought now. Since it's all one big area, you don't, just break area to area, you can't just break away from another monster, so that's gonna make Devil Joe and stuff really interesting.
Mmm.
Yeah, because presumably they're gonna chase you.
Oh, come on, game. I'm running out of time. I chased him out of his den, and now he just keeps running. It ran straight back into the monster that beat him
And
before.
he ran so far away.
Come on. He's almost there. I can feel it.
That also just adds another layer to the ecology that wasn't there before.
Mm-hmm. Makes it feel
Like, I
more
mean-
like an actual world.
Oh yeah. See, like, the Baroth is still a freaking truck. It's not something that most monsters would normally mess with.
But you kind of force it out of its habitat, so they don't have much of a choice here. And a
It
new
looks like it's
invader
a
in their
turf
territory.
the Lavasioth here. Because, I mean,
Yeah.
the Baroth's kind of like a crocodile. I mean, it just hangs around in bogs most of the time. And Fishy Boy here
Yeah.
got into his swamp.
Alright, here we go. Here we go. Come on. You can't have that much health left. All the parts of yours I broke?
Okay, I set up for a Shrek reference there, and
What are you doing in my swamp? Fighting monsters, apparently. Alright. Oh, come on. I want it so badly. It's just he's way too preoccupied with other things right now, too. How do I... No, no, no! He's too strong! He hits way too hard. I think this might be the one that got away, unfortunately.
this is strangely reminiscent of my early efforts in Try.
To be fair, they don't give you a whole lot of time to work with.
No, but I remember like took me something like at least 4 tries to successfully beat a Baroth my first time.
I might also be hitting him in the wrong place, too, is the other issue. Like, I'm trying to go for his legs and his tail, his backside, you know, the vulnerable spots. It also doesn't help that I don't have my best tool, because I can't find a good opportunity to get the red essence off of him. There we go! Last possible second. GG.
All right, you completed
Oh,
the
hey.
quest. Congrats.
And it just gives me some of my materials. Like, I cut off that tail, like, near the beginning, and now I just collected it. Or maybe that was my Palico going back and collecting that. Delay your other projects and do pizza awards. I can't. I made people a promise. 25 videos, one every day for 25 days. The only problem with the Game Awards is that they take an entire month to put together.
That's my partner.
So what do we got here? Completing Wildspire Rampage has earned you the Intermediate Commendation Pack, containing a variety of useful items. So that looks like some Mega Potions. Not sure what that is in the top left corner. That could be any number of different materials. That looks like a Dash Extract, a Shock Trap, maybe some Warmers there, an Armor Stone, and that appears to be a paw ticket for the kitchen. Maybe. Kinda wish I knew what those were, but hey, we'll find out in January, right? I guess that leaves just one. If it took me that long to take down a Baroth, what on earth how in the world am I going to fight this thing? There's one monster left. And we don't even know what it is.
Yeah, if it's not like a generic picture, then that's I want to say maybe something related to a Diablo.
It's just a big old question mark. The only clue I have is that it's, well, the name of the quest, the Ancient Forest Menace, which also makes me think, perhaps this might be the monster they kept showing off in all the trailers.
This is gonna be interesting, and I want to I want to know what it is.
A terrible, unconfirmed creature lies hidden in the ancient forest. This creature marks its territory with sticky yellow mucus. We know exactly what this is, yes. What do you say, guys?
In for penny, in for pound.
That's a beautiful thing about all of the Monster Hunter demos. You know they're real because they have a history of things going not according to plan. Like when they're on stage trying to demo what's going on. Like they create a world and they just watch it go.
Which I mean is, you know, just in general the great thing about Monster Hunter.
Hmm.
And it feels like, you know, it feels like this is going back a little bit to that as well.
Yeah. There's way more interactions this time around. Like, the environment, like, different places you can go. They kept showing it off. You could lure this guy up to the Rathalos nest, and then he's just like, oh shit, what have I done? I've made a terrible mistake.
Yeah. The entire 4th gen felt like it was getting a little bit gamier than previous titles in the series, which, you know, like a little bit, you know, like, here's more, you know, it's more, this is a thing that you do rather than, you know, hey, this is something that's actually there that, you know, there's a problem with.
Hmm.
Which, I mean, it's not like those games were bad, but they felt like they were straying away from some of the best parts of the series.
This game's gonna have to try really hard to convince me that Generations still isn't the best. Because not only can you play as a Palico in that game, but like we said at the beginning, you also had the battle styles.
Yeah. And Generations was great, you know, move back to basics, but back to, it was more of a, let's just look at this in a whole new way.
Hmm.
Change things from the ground up. Do with this.
Hmm. Where am I going again? Yeah, that area. Okay. Although, game, if you want to be nice, throw me some clues along the way, too. There we go.
Also, these areas look so much bigger.
Well, the fact that they opened them up kind of helps with that.
But I mean,
the fact that it actually
zone
feels like an interconnected world now.
Yeah. And the zones, I think, probably in volume are actually bigger than they used to be. I mean, that's just a guess, but looking at the map.
Let's see here. Maybe? Close? I think? Feels about the same size.
Yeah.
From what I can tell, anyway. Oh, wait a second. My scout flies are getting a little confused here. They don't quite know where I'm going, but... yeah, cave was
That
probably...
cave looks pretty.
It does, but it's not where our monster is. I gotta keep my eye on the prize here. They only gave me 20 minutes to hunt this thing.
That is true, yeah.
Like, I want to explore this area a little more, don't get me wrong, but... this is where I'm going, yeah? Yeah! Yeah! Watch it actually be hanging out in that cave. I was right the whole time. And that's where the scout flies are leading me right now. It would be just my luck, wouldn't it?
Wait a second. I just realized you're basically on top of the cave, aren't you?
Yes, I am. We're not playing No Man's Sky. Like, the caves actually do make geographical sense.
Yeah, it's just, you know, factor that in. Yeah, I think that actually makes this a lot bigger.
Uh-oh. There it is. Well, at least it's sleeping right now. Do I have any... I've got some powders. I've got some knives. Ooh, I've got a trap. Might as well set that up while it's asleep. And I have some barrel bombs. Can I sneak? Wait, yes, there we go. That's the button I'm looking for. Put that there. Put that there. Put that there. And then run like hell. That's it, Lumix. Come over this way. Come on. Come on. Oh, he actually wants to get out of the cave. Aww. Man, he was... This thing had my number. He knew what I was going to do before I even tried doing it. Okay.
That awkward moment when that happens on a capture mission and you can't set down another trap for like 5 minutes until the previous one goes away.
Expires, yeah. Alright, there we go. This is also a much bigger monster than anything else I'm used to fighting so far here. Like, the Baroth was kind of big, but this guy... He's one of those monsters... This is at the size where he's kind of commanding your space. You know what I mean? Like, there's nowhere you can stand specifically that you know, okay, in general, I know I'm kind of safe if I approach this way. No, you have to actually be paying attention to the dude.
He's also a lot more articulated. Yeah, like... Although, I think monsters in general are a lot more articulated in this game. Looks like. They can kind of respond at angles and in ways they wouldn't be doing in previous games.
Ride him, cowboy. Here we go. This is another thing I really like about this game. Like, you have to be paying attention, like, to what the monster is doing, how it's trying to shake you off. Because... And react accordingly. Like, you have to move to different spots. Like, it's way better than the system they had before, I think. Oh, there we go. There we go. And me without my extract. Bugaboo, come back. Let me start doing some damage. Yep. Ow! Jerk. Get up.
This might be the most small monsters they've added in a Actually, no. Those were in Try. Those fish.
Oh, yeah, they were like the smaller version of... Right, because that was a lot more water-focused, which... Okay, I gotta say this. I didn't hate underwater combat as much as most people did.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was pretty fun. The flooded forest was just a terrible area. I think that's possibly how some of the problems with it came about, but
Roll around to put the fire out. Your health is gonna get toast.
I'm on fire. My ass is on fire. It's a dry heat. You're fine. What's my button to just fire the Kinsect? Doesn't seem to be R2. Like, it is when my weapon isn't pulled yet, but... like, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Oh, I cannot hit this thing's head. And I'm trying with all my might. I want that attack bonus. I want my extended combo. I also don't want to die, so I should probably drink a couple potions here. This guy is not giving me a moment to myself here. I think
he just kind of...
yeah, he's just
kinda...
following me.
Oh, I would love to see one of these hash it out with a Devil Joe.
Who is the greediest glutton? Like, the two probably really freaking hate each other. Just because of that idea, like, there's not enough food in that ecosystem to sustain both of them.
Yeah. And the amount of jaw between the two of them, it's just gonna be... ridiculous.
Alright. I like how the different essences now kind of have a visual, like, particle effect to them, too. Like, the white essence is... like, is fire. It's blue now, kind of. The orange is earthy. Red is fire. It's a nice little touch. It doesn't tell you anything about how it works, but it's still fun to look at. Well, I don't know. Most people associate fire with aggression, I think. Oh, man, what a time to run out of whetstone. Run out of sharpness. I mean, he decided he needs a moment to recuperate, too, so I guess we're even on that front. I got to play around with the 3 bars for a little bit. Yep, there it goes. Again, it was nice while it lasted. I noticed striking that spot actually dispersed my bugs. Whoa, that was an impressive leap he did just there. There's actually a lot of variations to the different animations they do now.
It looks very fluid.
Yeah. So sometimes they'll do the same general attack, but there might be some different little touch to it. Like he might go a little bit in this direction or down this way.
Yeah, it's gonna be really interesting to learn how to read.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Okay. I don't think I'm actually hitting the guy. Numbers would be popping up if I was. Oh, they are popping up. It's just I'm doing so little damage, they don't really matter. Hold up. Nice try. I attempted it. Pole vaulting onto his back. He didn't quite have the same idea I did, though.
Ooh.
The head actually seems to be kind of a weak spot on this guy. I'm doing a
Wait.
decent bit of damage.
Did you just befriend a small monster?
Did I? No, I think they just don't
befriend
like this guy.
Meowster is a trail raider. And then now there's a Jagras that has a health bar. Look at that! Look at him!
Huh.
You go there, little guy!
Yeah, because... Oh, I get it. Because this guy is in the Jagra's territory. Like, he doesn't want him there, so he's gonna fight him. He's gonna protect his young.
Oh god, that would be... If you could, like, you know, get a small monster companion of, like, any species of your choosing.
If you played your cards right in the environment.
Yeah, it's like... Or even, like, you know, have
See,
one
that's
that
just
you can
basically Monster Hunter stories there.
Yeah.
Fantastic
Like,
game, by
have
the
one
way.
that you can consistently bring. Like, I think there's something kind of like that in the Frontier games.
What?
And it's, yeah, you get a nice little wyvern that you could have, you know, that you can bring with you, but, you know, it's just that species of wyvern. You can level it up differently, but...
Ah. Oh, no.
The Trail Raider left you,
Yeah, unfortunately.
be it died.
Okay, here we go.
That's still really neat. You just broke something. That's
Yeah.
nice that it tells you when you break a part.
Come on, come on. Hit it, hit it. Maybe I can break it out of this aggressive state. Only got 5 minutes left. Let's go. This damage will add up over time, I promise, guys. Yeah, buddy! No, don't collect footprints now of all times. Priorities. That and I kind of pressed the wrong button. So it's my own
Wonder what
damn
those-
fault.
Oh, yeah, there's your dead friend. Just a little corpse of a Jagras sitting there.
I think he just
Sad.
got caught in the crossfire there. That's a
Yeah.
completely different one.
I don't know, are they normally this far over?
Where are you? Come back. I think he's limping. We've almost pulled this off. And he's going through water just to spite me. Hey, you get off of that guy. He's just minding his own business in his environment. I mean, I guess I could stab him in the butt while he's
Ooh.
distracted. At the very least.
Well, that's just something that's outmatched. Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh god, he's just been
He had
thrown
to
around
try.
like a toy.
Like it's his home. I'm on your side, dude. I want this thing dead just as much as you do.
Hang on a second.
Almost, almost, almost. Cut him off. Take the hit, take the hit. Take the shot, Morrison. Climb! I couldn't because I had my weapon drawn. That makes sense, but still.
Sorry, just had to talk to a neighbor right quick.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Be careful. That must be the roof.
Come on, do enough damage. Hit him.
Hey!
Hi, yeah.
You've got...
Welcome to the party. Look at
He
that
has
damage.
many regrets. 600 damage.
Meanwhile, my weapon's doing how much?
Like, I remember when it used to be like monsters would barely even hurt each other. It's just like, nope, bye.
Come on. I don't
You
even
di-
care. I know I'm doing something wrong here, but...
Intruded on the territory of the King of the Skies. Also, he doesn't seem to like you being there either.
Yeah, well, he's gonna have to deal with it. I've got 1 minute left. Let's go, come on. Oh.
All right, you completed
Nice!
I could not have cut that closer. I don't know what I'm doing wrong with this weapon, but apparently it's... Ow! Ow! Why? Whoop, 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 whoop.
Ooh, you got wrecked right there.
It's not like I can use the materials anyway. It's fine. I can use whatever it's going to give me for this. Oh my god. I had 36 seconds left before that mission would have ended. 19 minutes and 24 it took me to kill that thing.
Nothing can stop us.
So now we get the expert commendation pack for that. More potions, meat, another ticket. That looks like a material in the top left corner, doesn't it?
Top left? Yeah, that looks like a scale of some kind.
Yeah.
And you also get a steel egg and an armor sphere.
Hmm.
It's a silver egg, I don't know.
Yeah. That's where mine went first, too. But it's like, nah, they're not just going to give me... I mean, money's not hard to come by in these games anyway.
Yeah,
Now,
well,
that,
I mean,
now that I've put that thought out into the world.
it was really easy to come by back and try because there was a little exploit that you could do with the farming that would literally, like, there was, I think it was like thunderberries or something were worth about 200 at a pop. You could get about, let's see, you had 3 slots, so you could get 30 a day, and that was with the day and night cycle, so you could just cycle automatically, and you would get 60 just after one hunt.
All right, here we go. Time to do the big one. Now that I understand how these monsters work. Seems okay. Oh, I thought this was... Never mind. There's no reason for me to be here doing this. I wanted to edit my armor before I went online. Because I wanted to try some of the ranged weapons. How about some other people? Because it's only up for, what, like 4 days? Let's start at this camp, because that worked out pretty well for me. Create your own quest. Hang on, what's this all about? Oh, this is just basically customize the room. Alright, okay. How do I change my gear in multiplayer? I don't think it's letting me in any particular spot. Hey man, I'm glad you're here, Quez. And thank you for being here, by the way. It shows I'm doing something right. Because in that case, you showed up for me, not the game. Which, that's a good place to be in. Pretty much every streamer I talk to says, yeah, that's what you want people to be there for, is the personality, the energy. Which, I want to show a little less of that because it's past 9 and my roommates are probably asleep, but...
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, Quiz. This seems like, you know, with the ecology in this game, seems like something you'd have a little interest in.
Okay, what was the one that gave me the minigun? Was it this? Also, this is something I didn't catch until just now. You'll notice I did not have to change my armor to change over to a ranged weapon. Huh?
Also, I don't care what they say about bikini armor. You know, full plate is way sexier. Am I the only one who thinks that?
I just find bikini armor really entertaining because at this point it's a trope and everybody knows what they're doing when they include it. And they're willing to poke fun at themselves for it, you know?
Yeah. I get that.
Like, I found some details online on how to make that into something you can include in a D&D campaign. That's how far-reaching this is.
Oh, ingot armor. Yeah, ingot's always pretty to look at the very least.
I just liked the crown, honestly. Like, I don't know why I've been looking up a lot of stuff lately about royalty. Well, no, I know exactly why. I've got this idea I've been working on. Yeah, I've got a gun. I might as well get critical boost. Extra affinity. That kind of thing. Because I can aim where my attacks are going. Better than most people can, anyway. And let's see that cockiness blow up right in my face almost immediately. Great Devourer, Great Jagras. And...
I'm still not over how pretty this is.
It's quite the leap ahead, isn't it?
Yeah. Like, it takes me kind of back to try when, like, playing that game for the first time just blew my mind.
Actually, let's go any language, because I'm not going to be talking to those guys anyway. Private session, no. Party size, 4 players. Recruit members for this quest? Yes. Or, you know, just join somebody else's quest. If everybody's hosting a room, then nobody is getting any players, so... Playing with friends, share your quest ID to allow them to join directly. Oh, so that's kind of interesting. If you're in a call with somebody... Was this always there, the quest ID system?
I believe so. Well, that would be a room ID previously. It's probably just a quest ID because there's, you know, because this is just the demo slash beta.
Yeah.
Which is kind of an interesting state that the open beta and the demo have kind of just blurred into each other at this point.
There we go. I'll join somebody else's room. Maybe that'll be a little easier. Just hop on in, maybe eventually become the leader. Because the system... An error has occurred. Failed to join because it's full. We'll find one room that's open eventually. Like, it's the first day. Everybody's got to be online right now.
Oh god, an error has occurred. I'm used to hearing that, like a lot. Like, you know, trying to play, you know, staying up till 2 in the morning to get the unlimited, you know, good old HughesNet satellite internet. Unlimited only at 2 to 5 in the morning, staying up till then, still getting disconnected half the time.
I'm just having a hell of a time finding a room that isn't full right now.
Maybe that's when I started being a night owl.
Completely turn your sleep schedule around for the game.
I
I've had that happen to me before. Oh, but what was the game? I'm trying to remember. What made me stay up and long into the night? It wasn't World of Warcraft. I wasn't that into that game. MMOs were just kind of a thing I did back then. I think maybe it might have been Dark Cloud 2. I believe it was, because beating one of the areas in the dungeon wasn't enough by itself. There were all of these extra things you could do to get medals, and you wanted medals because that was the only way to get alternate costumes. And considering what some of Monica's costumes looked like, you wanted all the medals you could get. I think if you were absolutely perfect, which don't ask me how I know this, you could get it as soon as like chapter 4.
I zoned out for a little bit. I just heard Monica. What are we talking about?
Nothing. Strange ideas I had when I was much younger and less in control of my body. That's actually kind of interesting. I never would have thought to do something like that. Oh, wait a second. We got people. Here we go. Prepare. You will automatically depart after 30 seconds, even if all players are not ready. No. Everybody just got here. I'm going to give them a chance to say that they're ready to go. Have faith in people. Of course, I'm going to give them 30 seconds in my own right. And then I'll put on the standby for departure, like if nobody readies up by then. Yep, got somebody who left. That's why. Fill up that 4th spot? Maybe? Please? Send somebody my way? Queue can't be that full. Let's go. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi. One's ready to go. Ivan, are you ready to go? Are you ready for Freddy? You better be. His 6th game just launched not too long ago. Is there anybody here who knows anything about FNAF 6? I think people might be suffering burnout from that franchise at this point. Which, I mean, it's been long enough between the between Sister Location and this one, hasn't it? You know it's a subject worth discussion when you get absolute silence here.
Well, I've kind of gotten like, you're for some reason you're sure about your stream audio, but your actual audio in the call is cutting out a little bit.
Weird.
Probably just because of the do you use like speech detect instead of like a push to talk or something like that?
Don't use speech detect. Like the Yeti is always on. Like maybe.
Well, I mean, it's like.
Is that a Discord
have
setting that I can mess with?
Yeah. It's somewhere in the settings, like you can just turn it to push to talk. And I think you can do like a toggle as well.
User settings, voice and video. Input mode, voice activity, and push to talk. No, it's on voice activity, so I should be fine.
I mean, voice activity, you might just want to maybe, like, play around with it at some point and, make sure that it's picking you up all the time.
Like, turn the
Because, like,
slider
voice
down
it-
a little bit.
Yeah. Because the way that's supposed to work is, you know...
Okay,
it
maybe that will
works
fix it. I slid it all, not all the way over, but like a third
Yeah,
of
it's a
the
little bit
bar
clearer
over.
now.
So,
Yeah.
okay. That should fix it. Maybe that's why I have so much trouble talking to people sometimes. And it's totally not the social anxiety.
Okay, you ready to get cracking on that quest? The one called
Take that
Great
and
Devourer
that.
Great Jagras.
And I'll leave the rest for my teammates because I'm not a terrible person.
And the gluttonous habit of swallowing prey whole. You know the drill. We've got to
Actually, now that I think about it, can push to talk be set to a toggle?
Where am I headed here?
No, it cannot. Mine coming in, by the way. Am I clear?
Yes, you are absolutely fine. Now, where on earth? Aha! Starting to find footprints. Where? I need more clues. I mean, I know where this thing is hiding out anyway. But still, it's fun to go by with what the game tells you. We've got 2 gunners on this team. Hopefully everyone else has melee weapons. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
We've got an axe and we've
Well,
got...
I mean, 2 gunners can put down some really heavy fire, so...
It's just... I'm just concerned about not having enough people to take the heat off of us, because we're not good when the monster's right in our face. Not most of the time, anyway.
already engaging the target. Get a move on. We can
Ah,
use
here we
those
go.
camouflages to locate them.
Yeah, I've seen, I used to watch a podcast. I know that sounds stupid, but basically what they did was they played Monster Hunter and, talked over it.
Yeah.
It was the Teamwork Monster Hunter podcast.
So I've been thinking of doing something a little like that myself. Except it would be Renowned Explorers. Like, these guys have wanted to play that game again for a long-ass time. Like, I'm not the only one
Renowned
who's got a
Explorers
hankering
would
for
be
it.
a game for that too, because Teamwork Cast, what they would do would be a lot of times they would just throw up a challenge idea or something, like something that you wouldn't normally see done, like all bow guns, like all pellets. Some of the challenges were stupid like that. Others were a little bit more serious. Some of the stuff, I think they like had a one where they tried to.
Did you see what he just did with his belly there? This guy totally is just the next version of... He's like a combination of different monsters. You brought up the Ludroth there, but that's also reminiscent of... Oh, what's that one, like, frog-like monster you encounter in the frozen areas?
I'm blanking on its name. The kind of like the frog shark one, though, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yes, that thing.
Demetrios? I think it was something like that.
That doesn't matter. You know what the monster is that I'm referring to, so...
Oh, yeah. Or Zamtrios. That was its name. Zamtrios.
This is nice. I like just being able to damage the monster without having to worry about getting bit in the face.
Yeah, and there's also a lot of strategy that into gunning.
Optimal positions to be in and whatnot.
Yeah.
Plus, you got to
Like,
maintain a certain distance from the creature, because
Yeah.
from too far away or too far close, you're kind of useless. So it's not just
It's
as
one- it's
easy
one of
as
those
sitting there all
classes
the
where you-
time.
Like, you can effectively just, kind of afford to sit back and think a little bit more and rely less on your instincts. I remember I solo gunned a Fatalis in Unite. That was interesting. Of course, the way his patterns worked back then, you pretty much had to gun him if you wanted to solo, or her rather. Because the way the Fatalis used to be was some of her most damaging attacks were things just like walking up to you, swiping you with her claw. And of course, anything that was like an actual big attack would just basically one-shot you if you didn't have good enough equipment.
I almost forgot the best part about being a gunner. Really easy status effects on monsters.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's another reason people really appreciate this role.
Yeah, any gun with status up is just yes. I'm kind of confused at why they split element up into all the individual elements, because that's... I mean, I guess you build sets more specifically now, but the effectiveness of the bonus hasn't really changed that much, if I recall. Also, I think status up is still unified, right? There's some great things.
Maybe? Alright, this thing's limping, so I don't think I need to. You know what? Let's have some fun. Bam! Aww. Yeah, let's play again with the current party. It's half and half with this team. Some people want to disband, some people don't. I guess it's just up to a dice roll at that point. I wonder if they actually let you keep these materials going into the final game. Like, if these carves will actually mean something eventually. They can get away with that. It's not like super high-end armor you could craft out of this. Helmet Master. That phrase is like, slow up, that my dad always says. I understand what you're saying, but I feel the phrasing is wrong. Yeah, that's fair. To be fair, my family, well, I used to have a saying, which is, basically it means don't go looking for trouble. It was a sort of a variation of don't poke the bear. Mine was don't poke the, don't wake the dragon. Because I don't know.
Giant.
Pretty much, yeah.
We're 2 days post Happy Japan Fucked Up Day.
Happy what?
Pearl Harbor, December 7th.
Oh, sorry,
Day
I
that will live in infamy.
Sorry, I misunderstood the phrasing, like how I was supposed to parse apart those words. I thought where I was supposed to make the separation was Happy Japan, as in the entire country. Like, you're just making a statement about them, and fucked up. Or, no, wait, happy Japan fucked up. Like, the country's alright, but something weird is going on there.
I think it's just kind of normal state of affairs for Japan, really.
There we go. 4 people. I learned my lesson from last time, so... Or as my D&D party found out, don't blow up a dragon's island. See, we're on a dragon's island right now in Seneca's campaign. That's interesting. We're into mythical levels right now, like we're closing in on 21. Sorry, go ahead. You okay? Am I coming through? Oh, okay. Alright.
Oh, yeah. I think.
Did you hear me say things like, you okay?
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Bastia Wolf. Anyways. What was I gonna say? Oh, right. That reminds me, actually. That campaign was not supposed to go the way it did. I might have told this story before, but we jumped from, like, level 8 to level 17 or something ridiculous like that in one encounter. Do you want to know how we pulled that off? We killed a gazebo. Which, if you know anything about Dungeons & Dragons, that should not be possible. But we did it, somehow.
Try to piece together the monster's trail, then let the scout flies show you the way. Once you've tracked it down,
Ooh, we're actually split up here. Where's the supply box? Here we go.
And one more thing, you're being timed.
I'll take one and the other. And, ooh. Interesting. Oh, so that's slinger ammo is what that is. Interesting.
Oh!
Yeah, that's what that icon means.
Cool.
Now I get it. So I actually got some of that for free by beating the expert quest. I really, really like sliding down those long hills in this environment, by the way. That is very satisfying to do, and it helps that the control is very smooth.
Yeah.
Like, you're in direct control of where you're going all the time. Okay. We skipped a few steps here. We began in its lair. No, let's not get our ankles bitten by fish today. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. I think we almost accidentally attracted the ire of the wrong monster there. I think. Hang on, guys. Help is on the way. There's gotta be a way to just run straight across there, yeah? Like, not having to go down and climb up the other side. I probably need
how...
Go ahead.
I like how the felines talking to you is just captioned as nya 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 with, you know, whatever they're saying.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, if you guys have got this... Ah. Okay.
I wonder what it's gonna be like to hunt elder dragons in this game.
A ton of fun. I know that at the very least.
Oh yeah.
Oh, right, the cluster bombs. That's something else I could do. Although, that should probably be more for... Wait a second, this thing's resistant to water damage, isn't it? Thunder, maybe? Thunder,
I
thunder
believe
cats?
Baroth is weakest to fire, and then I think ice after that.
Okay. We have 3 gunners here. We all had the exact same idea, which was, oh, we'll play a line with other people. They'll take care of the up close and personal stuff for me. I'll get a feel for what my proper distance is with this weapon eventually. I won't even have to, like, fire test shots to figure it out. It'll just come to me. There we go. So this distance. Ah, here we go. Cluster bomb. Bomb 1. Ugh, there's such a delay on that. Like, you can't just fire it whenever you like. You have to be very deliberate with that.
Use light powder to catch them up.
It's really powerful. It does a lot of damage really quickly.
So cluster works as a mortar shot now.
Yes.
That is actually really interesting. I wonder if... I'm guessing Crag's probably still going to be a straight shot, though, right?
Maybe. I want to play around with that barrage ammo, but that's probably... I didn't see that with our other gunner. That's the archer. That's a bow thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's... I think that's a type of... Because if you do a level 3 charge and then hit a particular button, you can do a overhead shot instead of a straight one. Which does a fair bit of damage, but it kind of needs you to keep the monster, in the area that you're hitting in.
Man, these things are finicky. That range, like, it's 5 times damage if you get it right. You're barely doing anything if you're not at the exact range you should be at. Playing a dangerous game here right now. Actually, what am I doing? I should have been shooting this thing full of poison ammo. Uh-oh. It heard the word poison, and it realized, I wonder who I should... Ow. That hurt. I think that's the only damage I've taken this entire time. Oh, out of poison. I think I'm out of everything else, too.
Yeah, just that awkward point in a gunner's match where it's just all this ammo that I don't have.
But I know what I do
This is where I put all my shots. If I had any.
I know what I do have, though. Guess which one of my blue bars is full again?
Oh, yes.
Okay. I'm trying to learn from last time. Aim for the patches of ground that aren't water, because I'll go faster. Water or mud, basically. Yeah. That adds an interesting wrinkle to this area, doesn't it? Okay. Let's get serious. Now is a good time for... Oh! Nope, that was the worst time for that. I'm telling you, man. I need to learn just to not open my mouth. He's on his last legs. This is way easier with more people. Like, we just hit the 10-minute mark, and he was limping a while ago. And guess who just rolled up to the party on top of all that?
Hey!
It was a mash.
It's the lava fish boy that's not in lava.
Ah, but he's in my face. I don't much appreciate that. It's called personal space, dude. Ooh. Every time I see that icon come on screen. The reason I keep quoting House of the Dead 4 is, I mean, I've already done that video that talks about all the time I spent playing games like DDR. Extreme 2, specifically, was the one that I dumped the most time into. And in that same arcade was a House of the Dead machine. It's like, as much as I love DDR, I don't want to play the exact same thing too much. They had more games. I may as well try them out occasionally. I kind of knew, even back in the day, that that machine was eating up my money. But at the same time...
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's always nice to have some variety. Seems like as I've gotten older, I've, looked for that more in what games I play.
Yeah. I did not know what sticky ammo was, but that was actually alright.
I wonder if that's maybe a modified Crag.
It's basically...
That, sticks on and explodes, kind of like Crag used to.
Yeah, that's exactly what it does. It sticks on and explodes. If I had known that, I would have used it sooner. Because that's a decent chunk of damage. Hey, sup, Coops. Welcome back, man. How are you doing tonight? So, okay, I actually got an award there. 8 parts broken on that thing. Target destroyer.
How much longer are you planning on going, by the way?
Maybe one more. Because there's the single player and there's the multiplayer. And the Apatonoth, the only thing I haven't done is fight the Apatonoth in multiplayer. So, about one more 20-minute match, and then I'm going to call it for the night.
Yeah.
You gotta
My
go.
roommate's kind of wanting to get to sleep, so
That's
yeah,
fair enough.
I might go ahead and sign off.
That's fine. Thanks for coming, man. I appreciate the COCOM.
No problem. Anytime you need one, I'm up for it,
Sure.
Don't hesitate.
Always. It's always more fun when you have somebody to actually bounce your ideas off of, to somebody to talk to, other than the chat. But they're working with a delay, so it's not as dynamic.
Yeah. Well, I mean, technically, in terms of video, I still have. Guys, good night.
Night.
Did somebody say a co-host change?
One goes out, the other comes in. I was about to tell people that all you have to work with now is just me, but...
I mean, like, I just figured because stuff.
Alright. I'm here. You should be able to hear me even better than you could before, because I turned down my,
Game audio?
Well, not only my game audio, but oh, what is this setting? Now that I'm just waiting for everybody to ready up, I can check this. Voice activity. The input sensitivity is down a lot. So, no matter what the sound is, no matter what I'm saying, you should be able to hear me. It should activate.
Fair enough. So,
I can't believe I'm this far and I'm still learning things.
So, apparently this time of year just hates my fucking wallet.
First Steam, and then Humble Bundle, then you gotta pick up things for your family, and, oh, a new Reigns game came out on Android, and it's only $3. Who needs to eat? Click.
So basically... my friend linked me to an eBay thing that's going on right now. It's a decently rare figure for $20. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna buy that. I have no self-control anymore.
There we go.
Okay, let's get started on that quest.
That and
One
that.
called the Ancient Forest Menace. The
Let us go
target
forth
is
to
a
adventure.
that likes to mark its turf by
As soon as our buddy is done with getting supplies. Everybody keeps making the same mistake to start here. We keep going in the wrong direction from the supply box because that's where we think the monster is.
Whatthefnu,
Yo.
you got any book good book recommendations?
Book recommendations.
Yeah.
Game Informer? Do mangas count as literature?
I just bought the omnibus for I was a manga.io for that, but I was just
Yes.
looking for it because
Very great book.
I needed something to read.
Good book. Well, isn't The Disaster Artist a book?
You're good, buddy.
Hang on,
find
wait,
something.
I can do this. Hitchhiker's Guide? Go the fuck to sleep?
Best book.
I'm working on a novel right now.
Oh, okay, I got a recommendation from a friend. Apparently, there's a sequel to one of my favorite books out there, and I'm gonna have to pick that up. Well, it's not technically a sequel, but it's the same thing. Basically, one of my favorite books of all time, because I'm a huge wrestling fan, is The Death of WCW. It's a really good read, by the way. It's really fascinating to watch how a billion-dollar corporation managed to kill itself in only 3 years. There's another one called The Rise and Fall of ECW, which is the counterculture version of WCW, basically. So basically, words, wrestling.
Here we go. Oh, come on. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm fighting a monster while doing this, by the way, so please pardon me if I don't contribute to the conversation as much as I really should.
Oh, no. I God, I hate when my voice cracks.
What the heck are our teammates right now? Like, we've gotten up to about level 3 on the tracking, so they should know exactly where this thing is. This thing a wide berth. Exactly, one more shot here. And boom. Oh, it hates me right now. It does not even care that some of our buddies joined the fray. There it is, there it is, there it is. That's the damage where we've all been waiting for. Sensation that's been sweeping the nation. Bitches love cannons. So other than eBay stealing all of your stuff, what's been going on in your life lately?
Not a whole lot, honestly. Fuck was that?
That might have been my speakers. Let me turn those off, because I don't
Yeah, like
technically need them right now.
It just sounded like a guitar twang.
Not like a pop.
You need to load the slinger with some ammo. See anything useful lying around?
Oh,
Just-
hey, this is another this is another interesting read. It looks like
Oh. Yes.
there's one that
Contribute to the book club, please.
It's basically just a it's got a bunch of set pieces apparently, talking about the weirdest murder weapons in horror movie history.
Hmm.
And that sounds genuinely fascinating.
Some murders take seconds. Some take hours. Some take days. This murder takes years. I've seen a story online about somebody his D&D group, he made them have to deal with the Ginosaji. Whoa, that looked freaking sick. Somebody shot that Apadanoff right out of the sky.
Oh, it's kind of interesting. Lloyd Kaufman wrote the foreword of this book. The director of The Toxic Avenger.
Huh. How about that? That guy's a genuinely cool dude. I think most
Yes.
people's first exposure to him was via AVGN videos, if they didn't already watch the movies that he makes.
I wasn't a big fan of that episode, to be honest with you. Like, I'm a big fan of Coffin's films. Like, Trauma is just... It's the perfect period of, like, between... Like, it's not... Actually, I was going to say period. It's the perfect balance between schlock and good. Like, schlock and fun. But I didn't like that one.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh no, Asuka! You seemed like the really good one out of this group, too. You always readied up the instant you entered the room. I haven't been paying attention to chat. I should fix that now while I'm just chasing after this thing. That thing wants to be dead now. It was on fire for like 20 seconds.
Oh, I can get the best horror book. Five Nights at Freddy's, The Silver Eyes.
See,
I'd rather die.
the thing I like about Cawthon's work is that every single thing he's made, like the books, every single game, it advances the story. It has some new information that helps paint a bigger picture.
It's true. I like he has a very good sense of humor.
And then we just...
I would be serious.
No, I agree with you. Reasons for firing. Tampering with electronics. Odor. Which may or may not have been a joke, but that's for the theorists to decide. So you're expecting me to say it. You're expecting me to say it, but I'm not going to say it. I'm just going to leave you hanging, because it's more fun. A game theorist!
Oh. Are we making fun of? Oh, okay, so we're making fun of him. Okay. Anyway, no. You ever just leave when you work retail? You ever just leave just so fucking pissed off?
That was
At
pretty
that
much
job.
all the time, dude. There was a reason I had to quit that job when I did. Like, I'm not even kidding you. I was showing legitimate signs of depression. I had to leave that job for the sake of my mental faculties. I don't think I would be around anymore had I not quit that thing when I did. Like, that's how bad it got.
Yeah, like you sent me one really depressing like text document,
Oh, yeah.
and I got really worried about you.
That thing that I wrote,
Yeah,
that
and
came
you're
from
not
a really
wrong,
dark
and-
place. I actually got rid of that thing because a month or two later when I was looking back on it, I couldn't, like, knowing what was going on in my mind at the time, that's not something I wanted to be out there in the world. That's not something I ever wanted to share with another person. That's about the only time I've let my bad side win. But
And
anyway.
sometimes that happens. But anyway, moving on to a less depressing note.
Mm-hmm. Yes, please.
After 100, just such a good game.
Yes.
I kind of played a little bit of it this morning, but I'm like, oh, I just want to replace my blood with this fucking game.
There we go. Oh, get back here. This guy won't sit the F still. That looks like a good position. Whoo! Hold that pose. Let me
Also,
capture you and
you know
your
what's
most
kinda weird?
beautiful darling.
It's weird. For some reason, Amazon likes to list calendars under books sometimes.
You know? No. I was gonna say they're both print format, but they do not serve the same purpose in the slightest, like at all.
Not at all.
I think this thing's about to have another run-in with a Rathalos up here. Yeah, this feels... I think the takeaway from tonight is that this game just feels like a dream to play. I don't think I've really talked at length about just how smooth this is, especially compared to the 3DS, which is just like... I have to work my thumb around that dumbass little nub in order to control the camera. What?
You're right. Just, it's very funny.
Is this an Archer phrasing moment? Maybe that wasn't the best choice of words I could have had.
What? No, you're right. You're right. I'm tired.
So am I. And both of us have a very good reason. We've been grinding away at work.
Yeah. My Christmas shopping's almost done. No, thank God.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. Seriously, it is, though. Anybody tells you otherwise is just a big old party pooper.
Oh, this looks really cool. I'm looking at, like, encyclopedias for, like, monsters and stuff because I'm a huge freaking nerd.
We all are. You're amongst like-minded people.
And I found one called Monsterology, the complete book of monstrous beasts. And it looks interesting. It is out of stock, though.
That's unfortunate.
I have you forsaken.
How could they have not known that you specifically were going to be looking for it right now? They should have planned for this. Nice shot. If I can get one more of those, that would be fantastic. Yeah, look at that.
By the way,
Sup?
you know it's a great read that I bought, and I kind of feel shame whenever I see them on my shelf.
What?
But then other times I'm like, yeah, they should probably expect less of me. So.
No. Good thing it knocked me out of that.
But no, it's the Monster Girl encyclopedias.
Yeah, we've got that. We've got the first one anyway. We don't have the sequel. Which I noticed that. They labeled it as Volume 1, which means they plan to make more.
Both of them on my shelf, and I'm like, I probably should feel shame, but I don't.
Uh-oh. Wait a second. Where'd this thing go? Wait. How do I get to this?
And then I curl up in a ball and cry for like
What?
5 minutes.
Wait, how do we... How do? Okay, hang on. I'm starting to figure this out. Up here, guys. Come on. Right in the face, too. Gotta make this work, like, right now. That's the cool part about this demo, too. It sets a really good standard. Like, it does a good job of getting you excited for the game, because every single match I've been in, at least against the bigger monsters, has been really close. Ah, crap.
You know what's weird? You know other games had a really good demo?
Every time you say that, I try to force myself to think, to blurt out the first random thing that comes into my head.
I should never do that because I always think, like, my brain just thinks of what's the most, like, the most shit I could spew out to piss off the most amount of people at once. Because I'm kind of an asshole like that sometimes. I lost my train of thought. I just saw one of the stupidest fucking titles for a manga I've ever seen, and now I kind of want to read it.
What? Oh, hang on a minute. Let me take a guess at this. Okay, I know exactly what it is. Bleach.
No. Is My Girlfriend is a T-Rex.
See,
I don't know.
see, here's the funny thing about that. Some people do that on purpose. Like, there's a guy, he's just known for taking the piss. He does, like, a bunch of romance novels. One of the better there's one where he's dating his own prostate, I think. Like, it leaves his body and gains sentience. I'm not even kidding. And another one of his masterpieces is a romance novel called But You're a Horse. And on that note, I think that's as much of this game that I can possibly show off to people. Because we've done all the Monsters single player and all the Monsters multiplayer, so yeah, that's the Monster Hunter World Beta, everybody. I'd love to play more online, but that's pretty much everything. Plus, I'm sure all of us are kind of tired by now. But don't go anywhere.
On Amazon? What the fuck?
Don't go anywhere. We still have a couple things to do tonight. For instance, this is a D20. That's a 9 that we rolled. A little on the lower end, but not bad. You put points into that skill, it would pay off. But, unfortunately, it does not mean anything for us tonight, and we've only got 3 viewers here, so looks like we're not putting together a raiding party either. That's unfortunate. Also, I just noticed that both Random Lee and Quez are hosting me right now, and Mercy Dialis. And Ursa Gaming, look at that.
Nice.
And only 2 of them auto-host me, so thanks, guys. Why didn't I get notifications for that, I wonder? Oh, well. Alright, thank you all for coming tonight, either way. And please join us again tomorrow night, when we will be playing more Jackbox Party Pack 4. Until then, I'm Whatthefnu.
I love you.
I half expected you after that uncomfortable pause to go, I'm Bob Long.
What?
Alex,
Wait, what?
it's a radio joke. Come on, 89.9? Like the alt-rock station you and I both like? Or 88.9?
Shit, yeah, I forgot.
The guy who does the weather. Like, after he gives the report, there's this and that's the weather over the weather center. And as always, I'm Bob Long. He always pauses just a little longer than is comfortable. Like, just enough to give you a double take and be like, shit, did my radio fizzle out? Anyways, thank you all for coming
Oh.
tonight. See you again tomorrow night. Later, everybody.
I love you.